Okay, so today I'm going to work on building my own DIY dust collection system for all these machines and stuff in here. And so the idea is we're going to start with this rigid 5 horsepower peak 12-gallon rigid shop vac. And I'm going to attach one of these dust deputies. It's like a Cyclone that separates the dust out. So you keep a lot of the dust out of this filter and it lasts a lot longer. We'll have a bucket or something set up with that. So I want to have it come around and catch all the machines. So I'm going to use this 2.5 or 2-inch PVC. Got a bunch of these little connectors like this, elbows and drops and different things. Picked up some of this hose. They can cut to length, and a bunch of clamps to clamp it on to various things. Got some Rockler dust ports, so we can open one machine at a time, and just some other various connectors and things. And so the idea is we'll have the shop vac on the other side of this wall, so keep the noise down. Drill a hole, that 2-inch PVC will come through the wall, come over, we'll have our first drop, and we'll connect whatever's needed to get a good collection on each machine. So I'll have a drop there, we'll have a drop there, and it'll come around, go under the bench. I'll drill a hole up through the bench and have connections coming out wherever needed. And there'll be one for this miter saw right here, maybe even two. I might go ahead and catch the back of that as well. And then we'll come all the way out to this end with a blast gate over here that I can connect a 10, 20-foot hose onto. You can use to vacuum the shop or hook up to this table saw. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, so step number one, we're gonna hook this dust deputy onto our 5-gallon bucket I got at Lowe's. So I'm just gonna drill some holes around here, and we'll put the seal in there and bolt it up with the bolts that it comes with. Great. Tell you what, not so good. I might need something on this side. There we go. Alright, so got this on here. It's not half bad. We'll give it a try and see what happens. Alright, so let's take a look at our rigid shop vac. Alright, now we got to make some dust. So let's take a look in here and see what we collected. Pull this off. Okay. You get a lot of sawdust in here. Oh, it's clean. Nothing in here. Nothing. Huh, great. Alright, it works. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is run the PVC pipe and the drops around to all the machines. So first thing I want to do is drill a hole through this wall, because I want to have the shop vac on the other side of this wall, because it's kind of loud and it'll just make it a little more quiet and keep the dust out of this room. So step one here is to drill a hole through this wall. Look in here. Nice. Here. Right, so I just got this dry fit into place, attached to the wall. So over here where I got my shop vac and the Cyclone, I took off this one board, and this is where I'm coming through the wall. So I got to cut another hole here and put that board back on. So now I got to get this board in here. So we got this side of the wall, and we got this side of the wall. Okay, so we'll get this. All right. That's very solid. Okay, so I rigged this up just temporarily. So that's where it comes through the wall, and that's how it gets into shop vac. And I've got the cord plugged into one of these remote plugs over here so far. Got it coming through the wall. Got my first blast gate here. It's going to go to the drill. Okay, so now I'm going to set up something for my drill press. I'm going to use this hose again. And I'm going to kind of come off the blast gate, hang it on a hanger, and then just have it loose over on the table so I can move it around to where I want it. So I'm just going to start off with that, and a lot of these things will change over time, but for now, that'll give me a good start. So I'm just going to cut this thing. This will go on here, hang on the hook, lay on the drill press table. That's the idea. Pull that down all the way. Okay, so let's test out the drill press here. Open the blast gate up, everything else is closed. Not bad. I like it. And then it continues on over to here, and this one's going to go to the bandsaw. So with the bandsaw, it's got its dust collection port is 4-inch here, and I've got my blast gate set up over here. So I'm going to just connect these up, and I'm going to use this. This isn't, I don't know how great this stuff is, but I'm going to try it out. So I'll have it on the blast gate on one end with a clamp. And then I've got this, I think it'll go on there with a clamp. And then this guy has to be connected. I think I'm just going to use some good duct tape, like this stuff here, to just tape this onto that dust port. Odd shot. I'm going to put this over here. It fits nice. Alright, not bad. Okay, so the next one is a sweep. So you put this on the floor, you can sweep the sawdust right in here. It's pretty cool. Sucks it right up. So for this one, I'm going to come off the trunk line with my rocker blast gate. Alright, on the other side of that, I'm going to have a little coupler like this that'll probably be glued on into 2-inch PVC. That'll drop down into this rubber coupler, which then will attach to this 2 to 4 inch, which will get me onto there, and I'm just going to tape it on with duct tape. So let's get started on that. Line up good. Okay, so now I'm just going to measure for the 2-inch pipe here. In here. And now. Alright, so that little dust pan is working pretty good. I like it. So now we're going to move on to the next one. I'm going to cut a strip of plywood for the back there to replace that 2x4, and I'm going to cut a hole in it so that this can come through there. I want it to go right there. Alright, here's what it looks like underneath. Alright, so that's where it goes up through. There we go, last gate. I've got this capped off right now and I've got it connected to the system over there. So next I'm going to put this flex hose, alright, from there to there. This guy plugs in right here. Alright. Alright, so that's looking pretty good, and let's see how it works. Good there. Good here. Let's try it. A little bit of dust out here and a little bit out here, not much. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. I guess I could cover this over a bit, get a little more suction through this part. I think I'm going to go ahead and build a box around this that'll catch a lot of any dust that doesn't get caught by the collection system. Will hopefully stay mostly in this little hood. So I'm just going to put a couple of 2x4s up here and then get some nice cypress and box this out. Okay, for this last one, I want to put a connection on the end of the shelf here where I can just come up and hook up a shop vac hose and vacuum out the floor, or take it to the table saw and hook that up. So it's just going to go down here and connect into the system and have some type of connection here. But before I do that, I got to finish some kind of trim piece in here, so let's get started. least, the table saw. Let's connect it right in there. There you go. Okay, so quick summary. It starts with the rigid shop vac into the dust deputy with a bucket. I got to build a shelf for all this yet, but we'll do that later. Comes through the wall, 2-inch PVC pipe, split off. Got the rockler dust ports. I'm using this plastic. We'll see how that works out over time. This is one thing I love, is this remote start. Thing is great. So this works really good. I've tried that already. Then we work it on over here. It's clamped to the wall. Got another drop for the bandsaw. This one goes right into the bandsaw's dust collection, which is great. And then we come over to this guy, which we can just sweep the floor right up into that one. Comes up under this bench, and I got this one for vacuuming up the all around the workbench, or probably hook it into this sander. And we move on over to here. This one's got a double. It's hooked to here where most of the dust comes through, and then it's also got one here, so I can just sweep it all out of this box that I built. It's working pretty good. I mean, not much dust coming out of there. No big deal. Works good. I can move it all the way side to side. Already tested that. And we come on through here, and I got this final port which is connected to the table saw. Or I can hook it up to a longer hose and just shop vac the whole floor. So that's pretty much it. Now look how it's all pretty well hidden too. I mean, you don't really see that much of it. It's all up under the bench, out of the way. It's just ready to go when you need it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.